Rumors, rumors, rumors. There's no shortage of them right now. Let's see if we can get to the bottom of this. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Kiss Army Things podcast. This is episode 133. You're rocking with Xander.
And Daphne.
And yeah, it seems like there is always no shortage of news, no shortage of rumors. And I'm not going to lie, I actually had another video planned for today that's just going to have to get pushed back because of all the things that are being talked about in the Kiss sphere, in the Kiss world right now. Good news, bad news, and then news that, if it turns out to be true, is going to shake things up in a very big way. So, as always, thank you everybody for joining us here on the Kiss Army Things podcast. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're not. And we want to, real quickly, before we get into anything, give a huge shout out to all of our Patreon subscribers. You guys rock. I'm working on the April newsletter right now.
Nice.
So now that we're at the end of March, you guys can get ready for and expect a new Kiss Army Things newsletter. So yeah, there's always fun happening here in Kiss Army Things world, but there's always things happening in the broader Kiss sphere. So that's going to be today's topic. That's going to be today's focus. And it's awesome because the Kiss Spotlight today is going to kind of fit into this as well.
Yes, absolutely.
We've never had a Kiss Spotlight like this before.
Right.
It's very, very unique. And of course, we're filming on March 22nd, which means that the Dress to Kill audio tour just dropped today. And so this is something that we've been kind of looking forward to for a minute here, and also kind of wondering what this was going to actually look like, or I guess in this case, sound like.
Right.
I can honestly say that it was mind-blowing. It was historical. It was well narrated, and it was a super fun experience. And I'm just going to toss it over to you. I cannot wait to hear your experiences, or at least your thoughts, because we really don't want to talk too much about it without talking about it here on the podcast.
Absolutely.
We literally just
finished listening to it. It was fantastic. Like, I loved this idea when it was first announced, and I knew it'd be fun, but it was way cooler than I even expected. Yeah. It's also one of those things that I was thinking, like, this is a great idea, but probably won't be as cool from home when you can't be, there in person doing the actual walking. Which, obviously, that would have been amazing. And if any of you get to do that, please tell us how that experience was.
I'm hoping to see some photos.
Yeah, I want to see some photos from that experience, because that was another really cool thing, is that... I think his name is Russell, the narrator. Is it?
I think so, Russ.
Yes.
Yeah, Russell.
He did a fantastic job, by the way. But
he would
kind of, at the end of some of the sections, would prompt you to recreate a photo there.
Yep.
That was so cool. And yeah, going back to him, he did such a fantastic job narrating. He had such a good voice. He obviously is a huge Kiss fan.
He said it was the historian of New York City.
Yes.
If you could think about anything that happened in New York City, he could tell you who, when, where, why,
exactly,
and all of that.
And it made me wonder if he wrote his parts of that, or if somebody more gave him a script. I'm inclined to believe that he had a hand in writing it, especially because some of it was his own experience there at the beginning in the intro.
Yeah.
But he did a great job filling in the stories, but then obviously we had Gene and Paul the whole time telling us stories, some of which we have heard, some that we haven't. There was little things, like when they were talking about playing at the Academy of Music, is that what it's called? Paul was talking about how the clasp on his pants or his costume or whatever broke right at the beginning, and so he had to use his guitar to hold up his pants the whole time, and that's one of the top things on his mind, was just keeping his pants up.
Yep.
And I've never heard him say that before. That was so funny.
Yeah, it truly was an awesome experience, and it was, like you said, you're kind of wondering, we weren't really sure how it was going to pan out, especially if you were there in person. So if you were there in person, it would have been a personal experience, with your
headphones on.
You could listen to the audio, but also visit the space kind of on your own time, and take it all in as you want, as you need.
Yeah, because there's a map on there. First of all, the whole experience on mobile was really well done and well laid out.
Well laid out, and it was good user experience.
Yeah, but there was a map, and you basically, the intended use of it is you go to the first location, and then while you're there, you listen to the audio. and then you go to the next one, and you listen to that.
Yeah.
And not only that, like we were talking about how this is mostly audio, but there was some visual stuff too.
Sure.
Like in each little section, there's photos of that space, not necessarily with Kiss in them, but photos, of the real life space, so you know that you're in the right spot.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was little trivia questions at the end.
That was fun.
That was really fun to do.
We were so close, I shouldn't have called it out, although I probably would have gotten the question wrong anyway.
Yeah, probably.
But we did so good on the trivia until the very last question.
Yes.
And because, again, I mean, I know some about history, but I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I just know everything. And look at me, I'm a major historian. I mean, I know some things and I've experienced some things, but that's about it.
But there's so much to know.
I knew that Gene and Paul had been working in and around Electric Lady Studios before actually being in Kiss.
Right.
And they would get odd jobs doing background vocals on literally anybody's albums.
Yeah.
And one of them was Lynn Christopher. We got that question right.
Right.
Then it says hard mode.
Yeah, which
song
yeah.
did they sing back up? And so I was like,
we just took a wild guess, basically.
Which one did we guess the first time? I'm not sure. I know the one, it was Celebrate I think. Or
yeah, I don't remember which one we guessed. But yeah, we were incorrect.
Yeah, we were correct. And so that was the only question that we got. Whichever one was God mode, I got that one right.
Yes,
so
I love
I guess God mode beats hard mode, but at the same time, like I was like, man, we got like 99%.
So close.
But either way, yeah, no, it was very, very fun. And hearing Gene and Paul, I think, was the best part, because anytime Gene and Paul tell a story, because what happened with this was they were able to record Gene telling a story and then record Paul telling a story.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out it's the same story, and then they fused the audio together.
Yeah,
where
they were almost
finishing each other's sentences.
Yep.
And that's one thing that if you go back and read Gene's autobiography from 2001. Mm-hmm. Which Paul refused to read because he didn't want to hear about Gene's junk,
Yeah.
And then Paul wrote his like 13 years later and released his.
Are you talking about Face the Music?
Face the Music. Okay. There were stories in both that lined up almost to the T, to the word, to the sentence. And I was like, good on them. I mean, because obviously they, as far as like substance abuse and alcohol abuse,
right.
They were very, they always had their minds sharp and their bodies in shape. So, their memories are, I mean, they get stuff wrong. Paul forgets his album covers or album names, and Gene forgets his lyrics.
Like that.
But when it comes down to it, though, I'm really surprised at how well they're able to retell and recall events.
Yeah.
And to the point where you could literally do that, where you're just piecing their audio together and they can finish their sentences.
Yeah, it's the same story from different perspectives.
It was so much fun, and it felt like listening to a Gene and Paul podcast.
It did.
And I wish there was an official Kiss podcast, or at least a limited series where maybe
so cool.
Gene and Paul get together for just a 10-episode run that takes place. Like one episode a month, whatever. Maybe they have special guests, like they bring Doc in, or Tommy and Eric, or Bruce, or whoever. But like Gene and Paul would be so amazing at a podcast because, I mean, obviously they know each other so well.
Right.
And they would be able to, tell these stories in a way that, just like this audio tour, was captivating for fans to listen to. And I want to know everybody's thoughts on this as well. So please, in the comments, let us know what you guys thought. But yeah, hearing Gene and Paul, and then Paul's, you mentioned earlier that some of these stories we already heard, some were new. I was blown away when Paul was talking about, beginning of the band, like right around 74, 75, when the band started to really get a reputation, the ball gets rolling. And he recalled being in Dayton, Ohio, peeking out the curtain, realizing how packed it was.
Yeah.
And then kind of realizing, oh man, this, we're about to hit the big time. I mean, we're literally on the cusp right now. So he said that in this audio tour, and I can think back to watching Kiss Extreme Close Up when Jeb and I, on day one of being a Kiss fan, watched that video. Mm-hmm. And, everybody who watched Kiss Extreme Close Up also probably got that same thought. Was like, yes.
He has told that story before. It's been a long time.
He's had that. He told that story in Kiss Extreme Close Up about being in Dayton, Ohio, looking out, peeking out the curtain and realizing that you couldn't get another person there with a shoehorn.
Yeah. And
then going, oh, this is, the roller coaster's about to begin.
Yeah.
Hold on tight, because this is the big time.
And he
said that very same thing here.
Yeah, and he was in that same kind of story. He was talking about asking, somebody in their camp each night, like,
oh, the road manager.
How are we doing as far as ticket sales? And, that he'd kind of update them. And he said there was a run there where all of a sudden he was asking how we're doing, and every night the answer was sold out. Sold out.
You don't have to ask anymore. It's good.
Yeah, and he described it kind of as like climbing up the hill of a roller coaster, like knowing what's coming, but you just kind of have to hold on and
embrace yourself.
Yeah, brace yourself for the ride.
Yeah, it's cool that he was talking about that because, and I like when you hear Gene and Paul talk about, this because, sometimes we get the illusion that they're just, money hungry and, they only do what they do for money, and obviously money has a factor in it and always has, especially if it's a business.
Yeah.
But you don't want to, make money doing something you don't love.
Right.
And it's clear that Gene and Paul,
they've always loved it.
Love Kiss, they love being in Kiss, and they love celebrating Kiss, and that to me is exactly what this audio tour was. It was an awesome celebration of early Kiss, and specifically, of course, Dress to Kill. We got to hear from Bob Gruen, the photographer.
Yeah, the first few,
He was talking about how, the Cream magazine comic came to be, and then how they're calling up wanting to, use this as an album cover. I don't want to, I guess we probably shouldn't tell too much in case nobody has done it yet. But I will say that one thing I didn't realize is that it's mobile only.
Yeah.
Which I guess makes sense.
You have to do it on your phone.
Yeah.
Yep.
Especially if you're going to be doing it in person, it makes sense to do it on mobile.
Right.
But so let us know if you have done the Dress to Kill audio tour. If not, you're in for a great ride. It's about an hour long. Mm-hmm. It's in about 9 different parts. Each part talks about a specific either time in history or, of course, place.
Yeah, they're all connected to a location.
They're all, location. Of course, the loft and all these different places. They actually didn't cover Coventry, which I guess they really didn't need to because it was more about Dress to Kill.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised that the Popcorn Club in Coventry didn't get talked about. But
it's also possible that that's not... I'm not from New York,
so
I don't know.
It's on Queens Boulevard.
Is that walking distance like all these other things were?
Maybe not.
Everything except for the very last one, which you'd either have to take there was a bonus that you'd have to take a subway ride for.
Right.
Or just listen to it, wherever you are. But other than that, they were all supposedly within walking distance.
Yeah.
But it just was so cool. It was so immersive. Like, it really was. Even just being here at home, we felt like we were there. Russ did such a great job just painting a picture in your mind. And there was also, like, background city noise sometimes. And obviously Kiss songs in the background. It just was so well done. You can tell that a lot of heart and soul was put into this project. And this is the kind of stuff that I really want to continue seeing.
That great point, because this is the thing that not really surprised me, but I guess that I'm grateful for the most, is that it was a free experience.
Yeah, for everybody.
Obviously, everything costs money somewhere along the line, whether you're paying for it or not. Somebody's is always paying for something. There's no such thing as a free meal. You'll learn that in economics.
Yeah.
But that's kind of what we're dealing with here, where somebody put a lot of work into this and hopefully got paid for it. But the experience itself is available to all Kiss fans, assuming you have both a mobile phone and internet connection, which somebody probably does.
Yes, most people do.
Yeah. But that's the thing I love about this, is that all you have to do is get on kissonline.com, hit listen, and then let Bob, Gene, Paul, and Russ take you on a historic journey through 1975. And I would recommend just, finding some time to yourself, again, about an hour, to sit, whether it's outside or, in your favorite spot at home, and just close your eyes and just listen.
We both kept doing that. Like, we both just kept closing our eyes and listening. Because like I said, it's immersive.
Yeah, it's supposed to be. And I know you can't obviously do a walking tour for every album.
Right.
But I would love to see something like this continue for Kiss Alive, Destroyer. Keep this going.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully it doesn't lose its salt. I don't see how it can. I mean, even though some of the stuff we've heard a million times, I'll hear it 1,000,001.
Right.
Because it's Gene and Paul telling it. And there's always going to be something that you can glean from it that maybe you didn't know before, or there's a different angle from it, or just, there's always something to take.
Absolutely.
And so this, even just a 9-part, 1-hour series that they just did with this audio tour for Dress to Kill has made me appreciate it more. And I love that even, your shirt and your mug, it's all early Kiss right now. We've been celebrating early Kiss with Dress to Kill. We broke it down with Jeb, and Jeb brought down that little CD from Kiss's 74 show, their very first tour. So it's all about early Kiss right now. And, raw, gritty, New York street rock and roll. And so I really, this has been great talking about the audio tour. And again, let me know, guys, what you think.
Yeah.
And I hate to go from that to what we're about to talk about.
Yeah.
But not everything can be good news all the time, right? Not everything can be good news, but you can still have a good time. This is still going to be a good episode, but I wanted to get to some of the rumors that are flowing around, some of the facts that are actually out there, and try and sort through them. Obviously, you guys read the title. You've seen the headlines in the last few days. Gene Simmons has canceled, the shows that Gene Simmons was scheduled to perform, to play, have been canceled. Now, whether it was Gene himself or a promoter or whoever it was, we don't know. But a lot of Gene's solo shows.
Not every single one just yet, but like the majority.
A majority of them. About 17, I think.
Yeah.
17 shows were canceled. The entirety of April and
most of May.
A nice chunk of May as well, including the Texas shows. Our show, May 3rd,
in Brown County.
May 20th, and Brown County Music Center, Indiana. That show's been canceled. We had tickets to that one. We didn't have tickets to the show in Hammond, Indiana, but that one's canceled as well. Perhaps you guys maybe got an email saying that your show was canceled, which obviously it sucks. But when something like this happens, the internet goes crazy.
Oh my gosh!
And it's specifically the Facebook pages, the social media pages that are being run by both human and AI.
Mm-hmm.
Just spreads so much misinformation and disinformation, and it's hard sometimes to be able to sift through it all. And so I thought, you know what, let's talk about Gene Simmons' shows being canceled and try and sort what's actually fact and what's not, what's fact and what's not. And so, like you said, the whole tour has not been canceled.
Right.
You're seeing posts where it says Gene Simmons tour, entire tour canceled. That is technically not true as of March 22nd. This episode goes up March 23rd. So if you're watching this on the 23rd, 24th, 25th, as of the time we're recording, there are still shows listed. It's just that most of them got axed. All the shows in April, I don't mean axed as in Gene Simmons axed. That's kind of funny. But yeah, so all the April shows, people are saying it was because of low ticket sales.
Right. That's the rumor, but there's no confirmation.
That was a headline.
Yeah.
That was a rumor that's not confirmed.
Yeah.
I definitely have seen shows where, the seating maps, it shows a lot of available seats.
Right.
So I know that there is a big possibility that some of those shows may have been canceled.
Right.
Due to low ticket sales.
It's an educated guess at best.
But to say that as a blanket statement
No.
and then post that around and take that as fact, until Gene or somebody in Gene's camp says that, I don't believe it.
Yeah, let's use our critical thinking.
Not that they ever
here.
would. Right, exactly. So, as of right now, the entire tour is not canceled. There are, let's see, as of right now, we have May 2nd, May 3rd, May 5th, May 6th, May 8th, May 9th, May 11th, May 14th, and May 15th. Also August 3rd. But all those shows
I don't know about that one. That's
all
so
those
random.
shows are still up.
Yeah.
And are still, you can still buy tickets. It's showing that the event is still going forward. So again, until those shows get canceled as well, there are still U.S. dates.
It'll be
interesting
as time goes on to see if they do get canceled or not. Because, again, this is pure speculation as well. But something I did notice, because the one that we were going to go to in Brown County, you did get something saying that we'd be getting a refund soon for it.
Right.
And you mentioned that the other show in Beaver Dam, like you went and checked, and even though, it still says it's on and everything, but you saw something that said those tickets are not refundable,
Those
correct?
tickets on that website, see, those are not being sold by Ticketmaster.
Right. So I'm kind of, and again, speculation, I have not verified this at all, but I wonder if some of the ones that were not canceled are due to that. Like, ones where people can't be refunded, they're still going to try and do,
It's possible.
I don't know.
Having said that, though, I will say this. There still are, and I went and checked, there are still a few shows that the tickets are being sold by Ticketmaster.
Oh, okay.
So though, which you would think if the show was canceled, they would cancel it. Because, again, all the shows...
I feel like it depends on the venue still, though. Like, just because you bought it through Ticketmaster doesn't mean it's refundable.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
I just know that the ones that we bought for Beaver Dam, the website, those were not purchased through Ticketmaster.
Right.
Those tickets, they said they wouldn't even give an access to tickets either in print or digital until like a week before the show.
I remember that.
Which was kind of odd to me. But I do have the email saying I bought 3 tickets. So, yeah, again, as of now, that show's still on, which is great. I still want to see Gene really bad.
Yeah.
And I feel bad for those that, whose show got canceled that are definitely not going to see Gene. It definitely sucks.
I know. I was really looking forward to the Brown County one because it's
so
close to us, and it's such
an
a nice
amazing venue.
We saw Ace there last year.
It was perfect for Ace. It would have been perfect for Gene.
Yeah, it would have been so cool.
I've never been to Beaver Dam in Kentucky. I know the venue's a little weird where they're selling tickets. You have to buy tables. If you buy a ticket for a table, you can't just buy one seat at a table. You have to buy the whole table.
Right. Yeah.
And so that's automatically 4 tickets, and that's going to add up real quick, Which brings me to my next point, because not only are people saying, it was canceled due to low ticket sales, that's a direct result of the tickets being too high. The tickets are just high ticket costs, and nobody wants to pay that much to see Gene. Now, how did you feel our tickets were for Brown County?
See, the fact that I don't remember exactly how much it was tells me that I don't think it was very much.
It was what, 50, 60?
Yeah.
And that's okay, fine, reasonable,
yeah,
sure.
And obviously if you're trying to get front row, it's gonna be $200-$300, something like that. But I don't think it was outrageous.
Ours, I think we were dead center in the middle.
Yeah.
Pretty much right in the middle of the place.
Yeah, and keep in mind these are smaller venues, so that's still a great view.
It was probably about $50, I think, with maybe $75 with fees. And
I'm sorry, that's the cheapest you're gonna get a concert ticket in 2025.
Well, there are some shows where tickets are going for $125.
Yeah.
Some are going for, like you said, $300.
Yeah.
And it really just depends on the venue.
Yeah.
I think some people are looking at the venue near them, and the venue is charging that much. I doubt Gene is saying, okay, we're going to charge this much for tickets in this city. We're going to charge this much for this tickets in this. That doesn't make any sense.
No, that's up to promoters.
That's up to other people. So I feel like the venues themselves are going, oh, well, Gene Simmons is coming. He's a legend. We'll bump up the prices for Gene. And either that or maybe he's telling them they can't. I don't know. But I feel like to say, again, just a blanket statement.
No,
it's
when we have no facts. Yeah.
The tickets that we purchased for Beaver Dam were about $125. That was a little expensive.
Yeah.
I only did it because that show in Brown County hadn't been said yet.
Right.
Beaver Dam is 3 hours away. It's in Kentucky. It's 1 state away. I'm going. I don't care.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going here too? Sure. Let's double up.
That one,
Who cares? So for me, it's a non-issue in the sense that I understand where there's going to be different prices for different venues. It just so happened that the one we bought first were more expensive. Right. This one over here, cheaper. And of course, the one that were cheaper gets canceled and gets refunded. That's just life.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is. I understand it sucks, especially when you have travel plans already in effect and maybe you had a hotel booked. I mean, we had this happen with Kiss canceling concerts. It's just inevitable.
Right.
But again, I'm hearing some rumors that, maybe your venue, it does cost too much. Maybe just your financial situation, you can't afford it. That makes sense. Mm-hmm. Maybe there were shows that, were not selling out as well. And because the tour was going to start in April, they had to be pushed back. I heard that some shows might be even pushed back to 2026 and get rescheduled.
Okay, rescheduled.
Who knows? We'll see.
We'll see. Have to wait and see.
People were wondering, well, is Gene sick? Is there a health issue? And thankfully, Christina Vitagliano,
I was going to say, I thought somebody confirmed he's good.
Who runs his, base experience stuff, made sure to post and say anybody who's thinking it's a health issue, publicly they were saying, no health issue, Gene's fine, no health scare. That's not the issue.
Right.
And so, okay, good, great. But again, I was not surprised when I saw, I was not surprised, but I was still bummed when I saw all of this hate smearing Gene all over social media. Oh, he can't sell. He just needs to quit and hang it up. The whole roadie thing came up. The roadie package. I told you about that. Mm-hmm. The ultimate experience, where if you pay, I think it's like $12,495, you can be Gene's roadie for a day. You get all this really cool stuff.
It's not just that though. There's all kinds of
all this stuff,
things you get.
And people are like, oh, what? He couldn't afford roadies, or nobody wanted to pay to be a roadie. Christina confirmed that most, if not all of those, had actually been sold out. Now they're going to have to be refunded now. Right,
but don't act like there was never a demand for that, because there was.
But the thing is, it's funny to me how people still don't understand how this stuff works. If there's 1 million haters, who cares? The venue only holds, let's say, a couple hundred people. Let's say a few thousand at most.
Yeah.
There's only one roadie package per show.
Right.
So out of a million haters, who cares? All you need is one person who can do it and who wants to do it and is going to have a great time doing it. You know what I mean? And so I was actually surprised to hear that most, if not all of them, were already sold out.
Yeah.
I feel bad that they're going to be refunded.
I know, because that would have been such a cool experience.
It just goes to show. And it was funny because it makes for such a great buzz, headline.
Yeah.
Gene Simmons shows canceled, charges $13,000 for fans.
Yeah.
Low ticket sales. It makes for such easy headlines for people to just, again, I said last time, hardwired to hate.
Yes.
But I thought, let's just take a step back and actually look at the facts. The entire tour, as of now, is not canceled. 17 shows were canceled. There's about 9 that are still up on GeneSimmons.com. Until those are taken down, until I see that the show in Beaver Dam has been canceled, then we can talk.
Yeah.
Unless we hear any official word on what the actual cause was, we'll actually see.
At this point, it's a bummer, obviously.
Yeah.
We're not here to say that it's not, because we are disappointed, but that's all we know.
It's all we know.
Yeah.
It's all we know.
We don't have any facts, and I don't see Gene himself posting about it.
Well, he doesn't owe anybody any explanation.
He doesn't.
It's for him. He's probably, well, let's just get to it. There was something that happened today.
Okay.
That got spread around.
Okay.
Now, again, no.
I don't know about
until these are all just rumors. Okay.
Yeah.
So again, until anything is actually officially said, released, announced, we know nothing. We're all speculating.
Yeah.
But today, March 22nd, there were several posts, several screenshots, several discussions being had about an event that, if it pans out to be true, may be the biggest news we've heard since December 2nd. That's where we're at right now.
Okay.
And so this is probably the next. Gene Simmons cancels tour. Well, maybe this is why. Because Kiss, apparently, is preparing to announce an official Kiss convention happening in Las Vegas this November for 3 days in celebration of 50 years of the Kiss Army.
Oh my gosh.
And it's going to be called, you've heard of Kiss Rocks Vegas? Well, this is the Kiss Army Storms Vegas.
I got chills.
Things just got a little bit more interesting. 3-day official Kiss convention happening in Las Vegas, where they haven't obviously released anything. There's nowhere to buy tickets.
Right.
There's nothing.
This has not been officially announced.
These are just things that are being passed around. It would be hilarious if this was an early April Fool's prank. This would be the most elaborate April Fool. I mean, there's a logo that they have for this already. There's a sign-up page to get more info. This is being put on through Vibey. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of Vibey.
Okay.
I have not. Vibey was founded by Live Nation.
Okay.
And they are a company that is described as creating curated, cultured experiences.
Okay.
And if you look at their website, it's basically just some of the world's biggest artists and elaborate concerts and conventions.
Okay.
And large-scale, fan-oriented events.
Like interactive events.
In some of the world's most, highly populated tourist destinations.
Yeah.
Most of these events that they have on their website are taking place in Las Vegas.
Yeah, I was going to say Vegas.
And you can go on their website and look at the multitude of events they have throughout the year. And it gets to the very last one, November. It just says Kiss. There's nothing yet. You click on it and you have to sign up for more info.
But that's as good as confirmation.
But we have all but official confirmation.
See, I thought you were going to say just rumors, but the fact that there's a logo and they're on that website, even though it doesn't say what it is.
Yeah. Now,
it's happening.
They have not released an official an announcement of activities yet, but it's planning to. Of course, there's going to be an official announcement soon, but they're already hinting at interactive experiences or interactive activities, exclusive experiences that you can only have here. There will be special guests, a special performance by Bruce Kulick, and Kiss is going to be there.
Are they going to perform?
They're going to play. Kiss is going to play.
Unmasked?
Unmasked.
What did I say? What did I say I wanted this year?
Unmasked.
What did I say I wanted?
You called it. Kiss is going to be...
Dude, are we going back to Vegas?
I don't know. But it's highly possible, maybe, that Kiss is going to be playing live again for the first time since New York in an unmasked setting for this official Kiss convention. Now, is it going to be acoustic? I don't know. It's 50 years since the formation of the Kiss Army. It's 30 years since the official Kiss convention tour. So they're taking full advantage of this, and they're going to create something on a level that we have not seen in a long time. We're looking at basically a Kiss Expo mixed with a Kiss Cruise, all smashed into one with a meet and greet, because depending on what package there's going to be packages,
of course.
And some of these packages include getting a photo with Kiss. There's going to be a Q&A with the members of Kiss. It's going to be a 3-day long weekend. This is, I think it's happening, November 14th through the 16th.
Let's freaking go, man.
November 21st, 1975 is when the Kiss Army officially, I guess, unofficially started here in Terre Haute, Indiana. So just a few days before this, they're going to be celebrating 50 years of the Kiss Army and what they're referring to as an Everything Kiss Paradise.
Oh my gosh.
And
it does sound like heaven.
Yeah.
Wow.
So obviously there's going to be a cost factor in this.
Yeah.
Again, no tickets can be bought. Therefore, as far as I know, no prices have been announced. And if there are, again, let me know. Maybe by the time this goes up, there will be something. But I have no idea what the cost of these tickets are going to be, and I have a feeling it's going to be not for us.
Yeah. Oh, and yeah, I understand.
I don't think it's going to be for...
You don't even think that there will be lower tiers where you don't do meet and greets and stuff?
I would be surprised. I think this is going to be exactly like the Kiss Cruises.
Yeah.
Where you have 3,000 people who are all paying $1,000 each.
Right.
To have this once-in-a-lifetime, one-of-a-kind experience.
I don't know. I feel like now until November is a decent amount of time to save.
Yes. But
depending.
Tickets could be sold out like this.
Facts. And we don't know when they're going to go on
because
sale.
At the end of the day, depending on what this cost is, it's not going to be based on how big a Kiss fan you are.
Right.
It's going to be how much money's in your pocket.
Yeah.
Anybody who's like, I got $3,000 to blow, let's buy the highest tier package and have us a trip in Vegas. Anybody with money can do that. But it's still going to be fun to kind of watch from afar.
Yeah.
Because, there's going to be plenty of people who are going to be filming this, uploading videos. I was
going to say, the fact that we're going to get footage of Kiss in 2025.
And they've got to be playing deep cuts.
Unmasked.
They've got to be playing... this is what people that were not happy with New York needed to wait for, because New York was for the rest of the world.
Right.
New York and the end of the road tour, while we all did have our fun, we had our cake and we ate it too.
Yeah.
The end of the road tour, and especially the Garden, was mainly for the masses and the public. As long as Gene and Paul are still alive, there's always going to be a good chance that we're going to have these really rare, special, unique Kissperiences, if you will, happening. And so, again, and the cost factor, you're looking at, the package is going to include a 3-night stay at Virgin's Hotel.
Oh, it includes a stay at the hotel? You can't just buy tickets to the event?
No. This is going to be, certain packages are going to include, I don't know, again, I haven't looked at any of the packages because that information isn't out yet.
Right,
but
we'll just have to wait and
what
see.
we do know is that there are going to be packages that include a 3-night stay.
Yeah.
A 3-night stay at a fancy hotel in Las Vegas is already going to cost you several hundreds right there.
Yeah.
Plus the plane ride there, plus the plane ride back, plus the ticket for the actual event based on what tier you're going to get.
Right.
Plus the merch that's going to be there that you know they're going to have.
It won't be cheap.
It's not going to be cheap, and it's not going to be for fans who, let's face it, just can't do things like that. And that's perfectly fine. I sat here for the last 10, 15 years watching everybody go to the Kiss Cruises.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed every bit of watching their videos that they upload on YouTube.
Yeah.
That's fine. If we get to go, we go.
Say,
if we don't, we don't.
Never say never. We'll see.
Never say never, but also let's just enjoy that this is happening.
Yeah.
That's
we
where I'm
will
at.
be fine whether we go or not.
The fact that this is possibly, again, there's no official word, but the fact that this is possible, that word is kind of getting around about this. This is exciting stuff.
Very exciting.
Because how long have we been asking for more Kiss Expos?
Yeah.
We've been talking about official Kiss conventions. We've been talking about that next step.
Yeah.
And I think we've even proposed something like this before. I know you
we talked about this just a few weeks ago when we were talking about like our forecast.
Your forecast, yes. And I'm surprised at how often in the last 2 or 3 years between you, Jeb, and I, how
we've predicted things.
We've predicted,
Absolutely.
not really like predicted it, but like just been able to sort of logically say, here's a route they could go.
Yeah.
Here's something I'd like to see. But I mean, if you're not excited about this, I don't know what to say. I mean, obviously not everybody's going to be able to do it, but just the fact that there's going to be Gene, Paul, Eric and Tommy together again. Bruce Kulick is going to be there. They're not saying that Peter and Ace aren't not going to be there.
That's true. Yeah.
If they can make a deal to where they can get there and make it happen, they'll make it happen. You know, I'm interested to see if people like Bill Starkey will be there, or if he'll even be honored, or anything like that. But this is exciting stuff.
This is potentially like you said, the most exciting thing that's happened so
reuniting.
far.
We also did an episode here recently about will Kiss ever return?
Yeah, recently.
And we said probably not, but never say never. As long as they're alive, there's a chance, and there's multiple avenues they could take.
Right.
And here they are.
Yeah.
They took the end of one road led to a little dirt path.
Yeah.
Or a little gravel road. They're taking a scenic route right now, and I'm here for it.
I was about to say I'm here for it.
I'm here for it, regardless of whether we get to go or not. Somebody's gonna go.
Yeah.
And somebody's gonna let us know.
Footage.
And it's gonna be awesome to just to see some more fun in the Kiss realm again.
Yeah, I was gonna say, honestly, it's 2025, so odds are we won't even have to watch like crappy footage. In the following days we'll probably get a live stream or something.
If I get a live stream, or at least really high quality, somebody will do a documentary. Somebody's got to. If we go, we'll do that, but like not like a full show concert, but like we'll film it like we did the last Vegas trip we did. I mean, that was fun. So yeah, I mean, again, I'm not getting my hopes up on actually going. I'm not even sure this is actually happening. But with this much buzz and this much info being released, the fact there's a landing page, a sign-up page, an official company behind this, Vibey.
Right, and something on their calendar. Yeah.
That's super cool, man.
Are you saying that you think this is a potential reason that Gene has canceled?
So it would seem to me that if Kiss is going to reunite and do an unmasked live set, that Gene by himself going out in the spring by himself would actually take away from that.
Okay.
Because all the people that potentially would go for this bigger and better event would be instead paying for a Gene show where they're getting 1/4 of Kiss.
Right.
And not even 1/10 of the awesome setting.
Yeah.
Or you already do buy your Gene ticket and say, well, why would I go to the Vegas thing? Or, oh, shoot, I can't. So I feel like...
It's almost like he wants them to save their money for
and that's just me speculating. It could also be the fact that, I mean, they're going to have to plan this thing. They got to do rehearsals.
Yeah.
They have to do all kinds of stuff. So it's like, he obviously has this, from May 2nd all the way to May 14th. It's like he's playing, or no, May 15th. He's playing almost every other day. He's got like 8 shows between May 2nd and May 14th. So apparently the middle of May he's good for. But all of April, which is next month, right now coming up, he's going to be busy possibly. They're going to be doing other things in the next coming months. He didn't add any more dates after April and May. It's this one random date in August you have, August 3rd. So it would not surprise me if this was by canceling Gene's shows, you're sacrificing the lesser for the whole.
Right.
You're kind of, taking a hit here in order to get something even bigger here.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? I feel like I'm not making myself very clear.
No, it makes sense. It's a theory.
It's possible that having Gene go out on tour by himself doing solo unmasked shows would detract from the epicness of Kiss themselves reuniting. By Gene playing less shows, you're giving less people a chance to see him, and you're giving more hype towards actually seeing Kiss. Now, I'm so sorry. Publicity-wise, Gene is taking a big hit because he's getting smeared all over social media, but he'll be fine. It is what it is.
I mean, people will get over it. But if what you're saying is true, then that means that this kind of came out of nowhere, at least scheduling-wise, because Gene had already planned all those shows, and up until pretty recently, kept adding dates and adding dates and adding dates.
Right.
And to all of a sudden cancel tells me that this is just now getting planned. And is
I don't know if it's just now getting planned. It sounds like a very difficult thing to plan last minute, unless they're just having Vibey do it, and because they're pros, they can do it in 10 months.
I guess, but if that's the case, then why would Gene even schedule us things to begin with, just to cancel them? That doesn't make sense to me.
It does not. It does not. You're absolutely right. I really don't know. It's possible that Gene may be overcommitted and overextended.
Or maybe, like, this has been in progress, this project, but was going to be a next year thing, or a 2026 thing, or whatever.
It makes sense for the 50th
but maybe Vibey was like, we had a spot open up later this year. Is that too soon? Because we can make it work. And maybe Kiss was like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's move it up.
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, it makes sense to have it this year, though, in November, because it is the 50th anniversary of the Kiss Army. I mean, that's a very big event, and It's nice to capitalize on that and give the Kiss Army something to look forward to. Again, you're going to be seeing Kiss live. It's going to be like the Kiss convention tours in 95 on freaking steroids, on crack. I mean, again, and that's going to be, reflected through the cost, too. But, yeah, it's going to be the modern-day version of those epic Kiss conventions.
Yeah.
So anybody who gets to go... Hope you have a great time. Now, while we're on this, though, I know it makes a lot of folks feel left out. Like, we could be like, oh, that sucks. We can't. We went to Vegas last year, but we can't go to this. This is way out of our financial, reach. But I've been trying to plan something and have thought about planning something here in Indiana. Something small, nothing big, but just something small, a low-scale get-together for Kiss fans around October, November, in Indiana to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the Kiss Army forming. And I just haven't been able to. I probably should if I'm going to do it, get started on that. But I don't know. I guess I would just ask the Kiss Army, if you're able to go to Vegas, great. But how interested would you be in coming to... It would be a random, I can't promise Indianapolis, or it's going to be a hotel conference room like the Kiss Expos. We're not on that level, but how interested would you be to traveling to Indiana, somewhere in Indiana, probably in the middle to lower, middle to southern Indiana, to get together with myself and probably maybe Daphne or Jeb or maybe other Kiss fans. Maybe I can get some of our podcast friends to come and hang out. There will be another thing possibly happening, another reason to celebrate. We could do a small mini Kiss Expo. We could do some other small things. Again, it wouldn't be no Kiss Army Storms Vegas. It wouldn't be a Kiss convention. It wouldn't be a Indianapolis Kiss Expo, but it would be a cool Hoosier Kiss hangout or something. Yeah. You know what I mean? An event for Kiss fans. It would be a very, very cost-friendly event. I mean, it wouldn't be one of those events where you have to, pay to get in and then you pay something for this to pay for that. It would be you pay at the door and you get to experience all that there is. And like I said, if, me or my friends or somebody has some stuff they want to sell, some really cool stuff, then we could put that out there and do some really cool... Maybe we could do a live podcast there.
That'd be fun.
Or, do something for Kiss Army things, whatever it is. I don't know. I've been trying to think for the last year or two, something really cool that would be really affordable for Kiss fans to do that doesn't feel overwhelming, where you have to fly. And, I mean, depending on how far you're coming, you might have to get a hotel. But the event itself wouldn't be so costly that you would just be draining yourself, But again, I know that, especially depending on how short notice it might be, that kind of might be a tall order. But I just want to throw it out there.
Yeah.
I can't promise anything. There's no date. There's no venue. No nothing. But I'm just... I have a really good, solid idea that all I would need is for enough people to be like, Xander, just gas me up, people. If you're going to be there, be there. I mean, I would hate for only 5... Well, I mean, if it's just 5 folks, it's just 5 folks. You'll be hanging out with us, so it'd be fine. Whether it's 5 or 50, I would love to just find a space to set up a cool Kiss hangout for an afternoon and an evening. And then we all kind of just, go our separate ways and then have a one-day event for all of us to hang out. Especially if you're in the Midwest. It'd be a Midwest Kiss thing.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't know. If you'd be interested in that, let me know. But I think it would be a cool, not like in spite of or just, in spite of this Vegas event. It would be like another alternative.
Right.
You know what I mean? It would be also celebrating 50 years of the Kiss Army, and it would be the Kiss Army gathering, and sharing stories
more
and
low-key
celebrating
kind of.
in the fun, a more low key version of the Vegas, because not everybody can do Vegas.
Right.
I mean, we could afford 15 hours of Vegas. That was it. Like,
Yeah.
you know, that was it. So we had fun. It was a blast. But sometimes it's cool to be low key. So if that's something you're interested in, let me know. But anyway, yeah, we're getting close to the end of the episode here. Of course, the next thing happening is Off the Soundboard.
Yes.
And we mentioned Off the Soundboard in our last episode. What we didn't mention is that there actually is a way to technically get an official release on CD.
Yes, we didn't realize that until after filming.
When we were filming, we were pretty upset that there was not even a CD option at all. It was just the vinyl bundle was the only physical release. So it turns out that the only way to get a CD is through the Japanese market. There's only going to be a CD released for the Asylum soundboard. It's coming March 28th in Japan only. So I'm sure you have heard of that, because I made sure to post it. I was like, guys, sorry, I didn't realize this at the time, but yeah, there is a way to get a CD. So I will have that link posted again. If you want that, you have to pre-order it through CD Japan. They do ship outside of Japan, but it will cost you. And it will cost you probably the same, if not more, than the actual item itself. But if you're a collector and you want it and you're super keen on having all those soundboards on CDs,
yeah, if you're committed to having physical media like that,
then
not just digital,
then they're out there. They are out there. There are very limited releases. You can only purchase one per person.
Right.
It's limited to one per person.
Good, honestly.
Yeah. So I think mine cost me about $50.
Yeah.
It was about.
I think shipping was a little more than the actual
it was
product.
About 20 for the product, 25 for shipping,
Yeah.
and then you have some for tax in there,
Worth
whatever. But yeah, no, I mean, it is. I mean, I want it on CD. I want the artwork.
Yeah, I want to see it in person.
And apparently, even though the CDs themselves are limited, even fewer of those, some of those copies will have a little sticker included of the album art too, as like a little promo,
that's cool.
little extra throw-in. So,
that's neat.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually super easy how you can please a Kiss fan.
Yeah.
Just give us what we want.
It's not that It's not that hard.
Just give us what we want. I mean, that's why I do this podcast. I've literally laid out everything what we want. And they've done it, right? I mean, so far they've done it. Kiss, right, not perfectly, but I mean, yeah, Kiss in some way is continuing beyond End of the Road tour. We may actually see Kiss get together and perform music again. There's going to be a return to events.
Yeah.
Kiss official Kiss events. So you know it's going to be like top tier, high quality. Again, that's going to reflect in the cost, but the experience is going to be amazing. So, the soundboard, we were actually in our episode earlier this year saying, well, at least I was like, yeah, I guess since there hasn't been a soundboard, there's going to be no more soundboards.
Right.
And then I said, I hope I get to eat my words. And here I am, eat my words, and good, because I'm hungry. So next episode will be our review of the soundboard. It gets released March 28th, and we will be uploading our review just a couple days later. I'm super excited.
I'm super excited for this one too.
And we almost had some more bad news in this episode. Almost, because obviously it does suck that Gene canceled his tour, but I was almost not going to have anything for today's Collector's Corner.
Oh, really?
Remember, until you brought those packages in, I had
So
nothing.
are you telling me you're done with you had like a back stock for the longest time of stuff to open? Is it, you got through all that?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, okay, no. You're thinking of all the crap that hasn't arrived yet.
Well, right, but I still thought you had things over there.
Oh, no.
Okay.
No. The Postal Service has been doing me dirty, and I'm sure it's been doing everybody dirty.
Especially in Indiana, it seems.
But the Indianapolis Postal Service is a joke right now, and has been for a few months. Yeah. So I ordered a vintage Kiss ticket in November, and it didn't get here until February?
Yeah.
January, February, something like that. I have a package that I ordered in early February that still hasn't made it.
Yeah.
I have a couple other things that haven't arrived, and I was actually, when I woke up today, thinking, all right, I guess I'm not going to have anything to show, which is not the end of the world, but, I like to share what I'm buying, or what I'm, buying and collecting, and I love to see other people, what they post and what they're getting, because, everybody collects different things, everybody has access to different items, and, it's just really cool that people are willing to share that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And so I thought, why not? But yeah, I was almost worried, like, okay, I guess I don't have anything to show. Luckily, this one showed up today.
Yeah.
And I said, babe, there's a package. And you said, actually, you have two packages. So that was certainly music to my ears. So, yeah, I do have a couple things to show here. I'm going to go ahead and open this one up, which is ironic because this is the one that I actually purchased the most recently.
I know, I was going to say, this is not even the February one that you're waiting on.
This is the one I bought on Monday.
That's crazy.
And it's here right now. Meanwhile, again, the things that I bought back in February, they're not even here yet. So this item, I actually have to give credit to Rick.
Okay.
Because Rick is the one that gave me the hint on this item. And I thought, you know what? Yeah, I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to get that.
Okay.
Speaking of getting that, I'm going to get the Kiss knife.
Good call.
Because this seller decided to, thankfully, package this really nicely.
Yes, in a very protective way. I don't think I know what this is.
No, you don't. I didn't mention it. It wasn't expensive at all. It is kind of rare, though, maybe in a way. So this is Peter's Ice Cream Bar, a wrapper featuring Eric Singer. Now, this is an Australian ice cream brand.
That is so random.
And
I love
they
it.
had Kiss. Maybe I'm getting this wrong, and I'm constantly learning about Kiss merchandise. I'm constantly learning about Kiss collecting, so don't roast me if I'm wrong, but I could have swore there was a version done in 1980, or right around there in Australia. There were some Kiss, like, ice cream pops or whatever, and then Kiss, right around, I think, the 40th anniversary tour from, like, 2014 or something like that, they had a re-release of the Kiss Peter's Ice Cream Bar featuring the current lineup, and so a seller was selling just the empty wrapper.
That's hilarious.
For the Eric Singer one. And I thought, you know what, that's kind of cool, because I can think back to when this came out, and I was like, how cool would it be to have a box of Kiss? Well, no, because then it would melt.
Right,
okay,
yeah.
Bummer. But now I at least have the wrapper.
That's so fun.
So,
I love that.
Yeah, again, nothing like too crazy, but it is going to go on
That's so
this
niche.
shelf, which is my
food and drink.
The food and drink
Yes.
section right there. So yeah,
Very
nice,
cool. Thanks for the tip, Rick.
Thanks for the tip, Rick. Yeah, exactly. So a nice small way to kick off our Collector's Corner today, and we're going to finish it in a small but big way.
Okay.
And I got to say a major, major thank you to my friend Pasquale from the Kiss Army Nation podcast. You guys have heard me mention him a lot. You probably even watch his show. If not, you should.
Definitely.
Check out the Kiss Army Nation podcast on YouTube. He and Claudio have an amazing show. And Pasquale went to Kiss Night, the Montreal hockey game.
Hockey thing. That was so
where
cool.
the whole evening was
Kiss themed.
Was Kiss themed.
Yeah.
It was Kiss Night. And, of course, they had exclusive merch. And I asked Pasquale if he would be so kind as to get me the exclusive
that's so cool.
Kiss Montreal hockey puck. And he did.
He even said he left
the game
to go get you one.
And I felt bad because on his way back, Paul Stanley came on the screen. And he had to miss Paul Stanley because he had to go get me.
Aww.
So he made a really, not like a big sacrifice, but he made a sacrifice for me.
Thanks,
and got
Pasquale.
me the Kiss hockey puck.
You
You can hold it. It is super cool.
So cool.
I don't think I've ever held a hockey puck.
I was about to say the same thing.
I don't think I've ever held a hockey puck before.
I don't think I knew what they felt like.
No, I mean, do we look like sports people? Come on. No. LA Kiss is about as close as I've gotten to sports.
This is awesome.
But this is still really, really cool.
That is so cool.
There was another NHL hockey
I love
game.
it.
I think it was the Rangers. There was another NHL hockey game where they had exclusive Kiss merch and an official Kiss tie-in. So, and this was the second one that they've done with the NHL. This was for the Montreal Canadiens, I think is what the team's name is. So, yeah, really, really cool. I don't see the year 2025, which, as you guys know, I need to say 2025.
Obsessed with the year being on it.
But it does say Kiss Montreal, and who cares? I know what it is.
That is very cool.
It is very cool, and thank you so much, Pasquale, for doing that, because that was very, very nice of you to get this and to ship it to me. I really do appreciate it, and I'm so glad that you got to go to that.
Yeah.
He showed me showed some pictures on his show and some video, and it looked like it was an epic night.
Yeah.
So to have a little piece of that, It's fantastic. That's the kind of stuff I want to see happening, is more Kiss nights at games.
Yeah.
You got this official Kiss convention that might be happening. Again, there's no shortage of fun happening in 2025. And that's exactly why we have the Kiss calendar. So I need to find my Kiss pen.
Yes, indeed.
Nice. That was the first one I grabbed. All right, sweet. So, we are crossing off the Dress to Kill audio tour because that literally happened today for us.
Check.
And we obviously are looking ahead at next Friday, which is the release of the Asylum off the Soundboard. That comes out on Friday. We're filming our review on Saturday so that you guys can watch on Sunday.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you guys, but I'm really excited to hear this. I mean, again, it's not like new Kiss music, but it's Kiss music that I never heard the actual audio before.
Yeah, recordings we haven't heard.
From an era that is super
so
underrepresented, and it's so awesome.
I'm so excited to have Bruce on and off the soundboard.
Bruce's official debut. It's going to be killer.
I love Bruce.
So I do want to look ahead now to April.
Yeah, since we're getting close.
And check out the picture for April. So this is
a photo I always forget about.
I know, right? It's pretty sick.
Motorcycles.
I'll show you guys in a second. Yeah, for sure. It's
Sorry,
Kiss. It's Kiss in 76 on the choppers with the lens flares or whatever, the lights gleaming back. It's so 70s. It's so rock and roll. It's so Kiss.
I love it. That's an underrated photo.
It's a great photo. So yeah, good choice. Whoever did this, GothamGifts.com, great choice for that image there. But anyway, the reason why we're looking ahead to April all the way at the very end is because on the 27th it'll be Ace Frehley's birthday.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And so we obviously are marking down all the birthdays for the members this year, as well as special events, like we said, the soundboard. Right. So anything major milestones, anniversaries, band members' birthdays, whatever it might be, we're recording it all in 2025. And I do want to try and do something special for Ace's birthday because, if I'm not mistaken, that's on a Sunday. It is. And we upload on Sundays, so we might just have to do an Ace Frehley special episode on Ace's birthday.
Nice.
So that'll be really fun. But yeah, I'm not going to put the Kiss Army Storms Vegas.
Not until it's been officially announced.
On the calendar yet, until it's been officially announced. Possibly not even until we get closer.
We don't usually till it gets close anyway.
Exactly, because guess what? I didn't even put the Gene dates on here yet.
Good, that worked out.
Yeah, I didn't even mark down the Gene dates
probably
yet.
For the best.
Because, I mean, not that, I expected him to, but just because you never know.
You never know.
You never
Stuff
know.
Happens.
So, and I would have really been bummed if I would have marked that off.
Yeah.
And then look back at the end of the year and be like,
reminded.
Yeah, remember that? No, so we'll mark what happens. But, I mean, unless the world ends, April 27th is going to happen. That's Ace's birthday is going to happen.
Ace will have a birthday.
Yeah, there will be a birthday or a celebration of Ace's birthday one way or another. So, yeah, we'll get to the Kiss Army Storms Vegas. We'll put that on there when we get closer to it. If our Gene Simmons show in Kentucky happens, we'll put it on there.
Yeah.
Once we get to it. But for now, we are still in March.
Still in March.
We're still in March. We still have one more awesome thing to look forward to. And as always, I really do appreciate everybody who watches our show. Hope it was a fun episode and informative. Again,
there was so much to talk about this time.
I hope it was fun and informative. I know there's lots of rumors going around, lots of buzz online, and it can be hard to sift through it sometimes, but you have to be able to sift through the facts and the fiction. And I think that's what we did here today. Gene's tour, as of right now, there are still some dates scheduled.
Yeah.
And it's looking like there could be a really awesome Kiss event on the horizon with a Kiss soundboard definitely in our sights next week. So yeah, I know I'm happy, and I feel like when it comes to stuff like this, you can choose how you feel.
Yeah,
you're in control of what you focus
your reactions
on.
Yeah,
if you want to be upset that there is no vinyl or other CD release for the soundboard, that's fine. If you want to be upset that Bruce and Eric aren't on merchandise, that's totally fine. If you want to be upset at these possible prices for this Kiss event, that's fine too. I'm just here for the ride. I'm just sitting here having fun.
There's so many positive things you can choose to focus on instead.
There's so much fun happening. That's why you gotta make your own fun. You know what I mean? Like the Rick's, Kiss journal. Oh,
absolutely.
That costs like less than $20 on Amazon, and that lasts a whole year.
Yeah.
So it's all about perspective. It's all about fun. And I thank you guys so much for joining us here on episode 133 of the Kiss on Everything's podcast. Episode 134 is going to be our full review of the San Antonio, Texas Off the Soundboard from Asylum tour. I'm super excited. I know you guys are too. So please, in the comments, let me know what you think the reason is why Gene's shows were canceled. Did you have tickets? Did your show get canceled? And what do you think about this upcoming Vegas event? Are you interested in it? Are you kind of on the fence? What about the Soundboard? I mean, there's plenty to talk about here, so let us know in the comments. And yeah, we'll be sure to check back with you guys next time. So, as always, thank you. I appreciate it. You are with Xander.
And Daphne.
Take care. Stay safe. Rock on.